Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Wow, we got a whole bunch of people showing up. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
I thought there was something wrong with my camera.
Oh, uh oh, it's because of the virtual background thing, right? Because you
Uh-huh.
don't have your background here. Let me see if I can
Can I do that myself? Let me
yeah,
see.
you should be able to. You should be able to turn off the virtual background. It does make it seem very exciting. Makes you
Yes,
seem
that's a
sort of
different look for you,
like
Ceci. I just have to
I
say.
know. I look as hot
a
as I
heat
feel right
patron.
now.
If we had to, we could do it from my office or the conference
Let's
room
see.
together.
Video.
Yeah, if you go to choose virtual background or blur my background, that should probably make it work.
Okay, let me get out of that.
Hola, Irene's on.
Hey Irene, how's it going?
Good, and you?
I'm doing
Oh,
okay.
that looks
There,
better,
that's better.
Ceci.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just turn
Hi,
it off.
Sassy.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Irene.
Wow. All right.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here. So many people are here. Amazing.
It is.
Okay. I think we're waiting for Shani, actually. And then we got a few folks in the room already in the attendees section. Welcome. I never show up on time to anything, so it's very like mystifying to meet the people who show up on time or even early to things. It's very impressive to me. All right.
Are we going to be able to share our screens?
Yeah, all the participants can share screens. Yes, that is all set. Let me text Shani right quick.
Do we need to share our screen? I wasn't
I mean,
aware.
you don't have to.
Okay.
You can if you
Like, I
want.
don't have a presentation.
No, you don't have to. I think some folks have some things they want to share, but no, you don't have to.
I thought I'd
Um,
just use hand puppets.
Hand puppets are great. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, there was like fine print that everyone was required to come up with a 10-minute hand puppet show, even though the panel's only an hour long. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. Well, still. Oh, there she is. Hey, Shani. We can't hear you, Shani.
Oh, I mean,
Oh, wait, now we can.
I haven't started talking because I was
Oh.
moving.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone.
Cool.
Hi, everybody.
Wow, so many. This is by far and away the most panelists of any event, but that's exciting. It's good. Good to kick it off here. Let's see. I know that we're basically waiting for representatives from all 18 projects. At a cursory glance, I'm seeing quite a few. Trying to figure out who we might still be waiting for.
And I think, let's see. I don't know that we'll have someone from PED, and I don't think I heard back from Rio Arriba County, and potentially a couple of the other ones that were on the list.
Okay, no worries. We'll just yeah, we're still kind of early, so we'll give it until the official kickoff time here.
Mike, do you have a particular order you want me to do these in, or it's just kind of
Up to you. Yeah, up to you. I'm also realizing that most people don't have their video like mirrored by default, so it's the text above everyone is like backwards.
Yeah, you were
Um,
backwards.
I'm backwards, and everybody else is right.
Everybody looks
Wow.
backwards to me except for me. So do I look backwards to you?
You look backwards. Everyone looks backwards to me except for me.
I would prefer to
Same
be
for me.
backwards.
Mine looks correct and everybody else looks
Okay.
backwards. So it might
This
just
is a
be,
truly irrelevant thing to worry
yeah,
about.
interesting.
Yeah, whatever
Hi,
order,
Carol.
whatever order feels good to you, Shani. I mean, we could do alphabetical, we could do geographic from north to south
What
or
I'll
south
probably
to north.
is just go alphabetical based on place. So we'll start
Good call.
in the A's and make our way
Good
down
call.
to the what would it be? Santa Fe might be last. S. Santa Fe or Silver City. We'll make it work.
Yes. I think Silver City probably.
Don't
Yeah.
forget Taos County.
Yeah, yeah. I got those T's.
I'm missing
I
something
got those T's.
there.
Yeah.
Or blocking.
Well, that would be before S, right? Yeah. We're real.
A, B, C,
Yeah.
D.
Oh man. Okay. I think we're about a minute to lift off. We still got folks rolling in. So yes, so for folks attending, so we looks like we've got 14 attendees so far. And to answer Carlos's question in the Q&A, you will not see yourself on the screen if you are an attendee because this is a webinar, even though for all intents and purposes, it's exactly the same as a regular Zoom. It is a webinar. So that means that we got our panelists here, who are representatives from all 18 of the initial round of Creative Industry Division grant projects. And then everybody else is watching. And we'll have some, yeah, I guess it is 3:30. So let's just go ahead and get started. Thank you all for attending. Welcome to Creative Industries Week. This is the kickoff event. And yeah, my name is Mike. I work as a writer and researcher for creative startups. And we are contracting with the EDD to lead a study to come up with a plan for the new Creative Industries Division and put together this week of conversations and spotlight live events happening all across the state to celebrate the creative industries. And we've got Shani Harvie here from the EDD, who is sort of overseeing this study and who is going to introduce our discussion and introduce all these wonderful people who have been working really hard for the last, I guess, yeah, like 6 months or so more. Yeah. To put together these projects. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it over to Shani. So thank you all very much for coming. We're recording this, so it will be available afterwards, and we will have some time at the end to take questions from everybody who is attending. I think that's all the logistical things. So welcome, Shani Harvie from the EDD.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. And welcome everyone, and welcome to the representatives of our 18 projects. This is super exciting. You know, this is kind of one of the first initiatives for the Creative Industries Division that we got to push out the door from the legislation that was passed by HB 8. Thank you so much to the sponsoring legislators for passing the Creative Industries Division. It's going to be, I think, a really incredible ride. And just, another piece of the New Mexico economy that is sitting there kind of when people do not see see the opportunity that's there. And there's a ton of amazing creatives all across the state. And it was really fun to be able to kind of be on the back end and watch all of these communities building their creative projects. And I'm gonna not pay attention to the chat, otherwise I'll get distracted. But again, so we're gonna do kind of a brief overview to see where these projects are at and the experiences that folks have had. And I'm gonna do my best to go in alphabetical order and also keep track of time. So first on my list, I think we'll do, I don't know that I have anyone from Berlin here, so Cloud Croft, if I can have, oh,
We do
We're
have
here, we're
yeah.
from Berlin, we're here,
Yeah, we got, yeah.
we're here.
Berlin, my list is not updated. I think I haven't updated it from the last time that Mike and me were talking, but I'll hand it over to the Berlin team. So Kathleen Pickering, and if you want to introduce who you're with, and Berlin is one of the projects that we awarded through these projects. And again, I'll just preface that these projects were about promoting creative economy activities in the respective region or area. And we focused on awarding local communities, governments, tribes, nations, and those who were eligible for intergovernmental services agreements for this particular inaugural round of Creative Industries grants. So Kathleen, I'll hand it off to you.
Okay, great. I'm Kathleen Pickering. We'd like to share our screen if you don't mind. I'm here with Joelle Moore and Karen Keys. We all work together on the Creative Industries project.
Absolutely, and you should be able to share your screen.
Okay,
It's not gonna work.
so we'll start off with Joelle.
So I'm Joelle Moore, and I am the Berlin CI coordinator. And one of the accomplishments that here in Berlin that we're really proud of, it's an achievement that's had a measurable economic impact for our local entrepreneurs and small businesses. We created an email account, which we use to provide information to artists and craft persons of vending opportunities, both local and statewide. We have approximately 350 contacts that we exchange this information with. In addition, we created a communication plan that outlines the steps and suggests a time frame for putting on and promoting events.
Hello, my name is Karen Keys, and I am the Berlin Initiative's communications consultant. One of the ways we brought together the local arts community and gave them access to resources was by hosting a series of workshops. I was surprised by the quality of workshop presenters we found, both locally and from state agencies, and by the positive evaluations from participants. Attendees told us that they felt inspired and reinvigorated, not just by what they learned, but also by connecting with other artists. We thought our audience would be locals only, but folks traveled from Albuquerque and Isleta Pueblo to attend. And most surprising, when we offered free services, people drove down from Albuquerque for marketing consultation, and we were contacted by IT services clients from Jemez Springs to Daddle.
This is Kathy Pickering from the City of Berlin. Our Creative Industries project will carry into the future through wayfinding and infrastructure projects for Berlin's historic downtown that were funded by the Creative Industries grant. The ideas for these upgrades came from community members at meetings and also Creative Industries participants with the goal of creating a better venue for future Creative Industries activities. In terms of wayfinding, we collaboratively developed a map of all of the opportunities in our historic Berlin historic downtown and are installing 9 kiosks in partnership with Berlin Main Street Partnership and street decals to help people find activities and events, and also to provide in essence, free ad space for creative industries participants in our district. In terms of infrastructure, we focused on shades and convenience. You can see the before and after picture of having unusable areas become venues through shade, and also providing changing stations, benches, and other things to help visitors stay longer. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. It's really cool to watch spaces transform and become space for artists and business owners and entrepreneurs to express their creative talent, and just build a space where our communities are going to get to show all the facets of who they are. Let's go down the list. I'm trying to do this later. Cloudcroft. Lauren, are you on? And oh, is it Samantha? Is that you? Okay, go ahead and unmute and I'll turn over the floor to you. So representing Cloudcroft.
Oh yeah, I was muted, sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Samantha Odom. I was the lead artist for the Paint the Town project for the Village of Cloudcroft. And of course, I want to start by saying thank you, as well as funds change everything. So we dreamed big when we wrote the grant, and when the money arrived, we got to work. We were able to do 5 public murals that went up in 7 months. With this funding, we were able to launch a hands-on immersion art apprentice program titled Commercial Art Murals Start to Finish. In this program, we taught the business side of being a commercial artist, from client intake, contracts, budgets, time management, surface prep, and protection, to teaching students how to take their own artwork from a small drawing to a large-scale mural. I taught this 15-lesson course 3 times, with the beginning and ending of every large mural. So one of our murals was literally the length of a basketball court, so big canvas. We had 11 students participate. 2 of these students ambitiously took on our capstone project, where they completed their very own murals start to finish. So now we have 2 lovely works of art in our public restrooms here in Cloudcroft. We are most proud of our students that are currently working art jobs. So this project heightened the awareness of art right here in Cloudcroft. Many business owners are now wanting murals or artwork. So when they come to me, I'm able to match them with students or local working artists. The future for creatives is very bright right here in Cloudcroft. And this continuation of the grant is the most beautiful surprise we've seen. Not only did we paint the town, we also awarded 10 $500 scholarships to locals to attend the Cloudcroft art workshops. We hired a digital graphic designer who created an informative art hike brochure so that both locals and tourists can easily locate and visit all of the murals in Cloudcroft. The brochure also highlights all the current art of all mediums that we have available in Cloudcroft. And lastly, our team hired a videographer to film the entire progress of our little village coming together to paint the town, interviewing most of the individuals that were involved. So there's about a 10-minute documentary online on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can contact me, Samantha Odom Art, at any of our social media handles. So with that, my time is up, and I just want to end with gratitude. A sincere thank you to the Creative Industries Grant for this funding that truly changed so many lives right here in Cloudcroft, New Mexico.
Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate that.
I tried to keep it to 2 minutes.
I know when you have 18 projects and so much excitement, it's hard to squeeze it into an hour, but we're going to do our best. Let's see. I've got County of Doña Ana up on my list next, and I'm not sure I can see all our panelists, but Denise, there you are. Yay.
Hi, Shani. I'm Denise Carter with Doña Ana County, and I have my partner in crime as well, Miss Irene Oliver Lewis. So our project is still in the developing stages, simply because I came on board with Doña Ana County in November of last year. So trying to navigate the system and figuring out what to do was a bit challenging, but I was extremely blessed to have met Miss Irene Oliver Lewis, someone who has an extraordinary career in the arts, a lot of experience in everything that she has done. So she is going to be assisting me in meeting all of the milestones the training that we committed to doing, the self-guided tours within Doña Ana County, and integrating visual and public arts. I will let her speak a little bit more because she's working her magic, putting everything together for us.
Thank you, Denise. It's actually a gift. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. It is a gift to be able to do this. I have to preface by saying I'm one of 8 people who did the research and wrote the grants and did all the legislation for you guys to be able to have these 18 projects. So we're the ones that got the $2 million for created the division of creative industries and for everything to happen. So I'm especially pleased that to hear your results and what's happening throughout the state, because it's what we've been talking about for 3 years to happen. With Senator Jeff Steinborn and Representative Rena Cepagich in Santa Fe. So in Doña Ana County, thanks to the wonderful energy and support of Denise and the county commissioners, they are wonderful to work with. We will be doing a series. It's a multifaceted proposal that they presented and got awarded. As Denise said, we will be doing a series of workshops and trainings that include many of the things that have already just been said by the 2 from Cloudcroft and Belen, plus more. So we intend to train a whole our creative industries workforce in how to work with county departments of purchasing, parks and rec, economic development, to train the staff how to hire artists when they need particular things done or bought in products and services. So that's very exciting because that's going to have long range effect for the county. The tours, the self-guided tours are 2 things of the county has an incredible public art assets that they've never done anything with. So we're going to document those and create self-guided tours, both in a brochure and virtually, so that people can get to the website. Then what we're also doing is a tour of our churches from Santa Teresa to Rincon. We have these beautiful old churches, and that's going to be a heritage and historic preservation and a cultural end result. We're going to purchase more public art for the department and teach the department with some of you guys. I hope we will teach them how to buy public art for the county. Denise is so far reaching that for her, this is just the beginning of the creative industries in Doña Ana County. She's already thinking how to make it as a key component to economic development for the county. So I'm very lucky to be working with them and to help them out here at the beginning to something that is going to be long-term and just forever. I think I got all the self-guided tours, the public art, but mostly what we are looking at is that connection of government and how government uses and works with in collaboration with community artists, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. And thank you for this opportunity. And thank you for all of your great successes that we started thinking about 3 years ago.
Thank you, Irene, and thank you, Denise. I'm doing I'm applauding. I'm excited. So I'm going to jump right back up my list because I missed one looking at it. I'm going to turn over to City of Albuquerque, Department of Arts and Culture, Madron.
Hi, I'm Madron Matishak, and I am the coordinator for one of the things that this money went towards in the city of Albuquerque, which is the Urban Enhancement Trust Fund Resiliency Residency. A portion of the funds also went to fund our City Makers program that the department manages, which is essentially an artist in residence at the city, and then also our Poet Laureate program. But most of the money went towards an artist residency program, which funds artists to do creative projects in Albuquerque. And this money went to people who were returning artists from the last time that we did the program. So the last program was $2,500 to 90 artists in Albuquerque. This was really a big push kind of post-COVID to help pull some artists up and to give them some resources. And then this funding went towards returning artists for a $5,000 grant. So it really has lifted a lot of artists into the next phase in their artistic career. You know, they're working with more dollars, their projects can get a lot bigger, and we're just able to offer them so much more in terms of administrative promotional support, really helping to connect the artists with the nonprofits that serve as their fiscal sponsors, and then also the city of Albuquerque and the youth services and venues, spaces that we operate in. So it's been really fantastic seeing how their projects evolved from, I mean, like 3 years ago, to how now they're able to just really level up and are also acting as kind of mentors for people who received grants this first time. So yeah, thank you so much for this award. It's been a huge impact down here in Albuquerque.
Thank you, Madrone. I appreciate that. It's funny, in doing these projects, I learned a little bit more about state government and how long things take to get done. And some of the communities that I thought, in projects that I thought would be kind of like the faster ones to move through all the paperwork and signing were actually the ones that took a little bit longer. So that's something that I learned throughout that process, which is just something I'm gonna add to my notes and like my toolbox in my head for once we start doing these again, just for future projects with EDD. Thank you, Madrone, and I'd like to move to Dene College and for representing Navajo Nation, Shana, there you are.
Hello, Yad She Shana Nezian Chia, Tkachini Nishla, Shinhi Bashichin, Tkatnizani Dashache, Kintlachini Dashanala, Akot Ego. Hello again, everyone. My name is Shana Nez. I'm Dene. I just introduced 4 of my clans to you all in that way, using Dene Bazad, our language. Again, thank you for this opportunity to just briefly talk about how our fellowship here at Dene College is, you know, continuing in this sort of way. So I want to, let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Hopefully I can. Hopefully, there we go. So I'm just sharing here our virtual exhibition that we plan to execute next Tuesday for our fellowship. So the funding that we secured under Dene College was utilized to put together a Dene Artisans and Authors Capacity Building Institute here at the college. Where I teach in Shiprock, New Mexico is where the fellowship is housed. With this fellowship, we granted 16 fellows the opportunity to continue their, you know, their writing discipline, their cultural art discipline in Navajo weaving or in Navajo silversmithing. With that, you know, we had to collaborate with my co-PI, Crystal Littleben, who is our co-director for the cultural arts. She's also the current program manager for the Navajo Cultural Arts at Dene College. So we're collaborating with them to sort of get these fellows, again, just further preparing themselves, further being mentored in these disciplines. We've had 4 mentors, and I'm just going to name them individually. So Venancio Aragon is our Navajo weaving mentor. Anthony Goldtooth is our Navajo silversmithing mentor. And here, if you can see my cursor, I'm just circling around these 2 individuals in the middle at the bottom of our flyer, Byron Aspis and Amber McCrary, who are our writing mentors. So with that, we had a really good, you know, I would say 10 weeks of looking at instruction for our mentors, preparing them with some techniques they may or may not have heard about, being able to, again, work with their mentors weekly, individually or in group, to, again, just see where they are at in their discipline, how much they can expand in that respect. And, you know, we've had community events that also promoted the fellows to be in community. What does that look like on Navajo Nation? And how are they essentially using this fellowship to promote not only themselves, but the art that has been carried on since time immemorial from our people, and how we're still continuing those sort of legacies. I'm proud to say we've had so many collaborators taking part in this virtual exhibition to be, again, executed in a way. We have Abalone Mountain Press that is owned by our mentor, Amber McCrary, the first Diné woman-owned press. We have the Many Nations team, which is stemming from the Pima County Library out in Tucson, Arizona. They've just been, you know, helping us in so many different ways. And with the fellows, they're, you know, wanting to do that again. We have Words of the People. They're from Pawhuska District, from the Osage Nation, and they've also helped contribute to our fellows in that way. I think out of all of what we have accomplished, you know, I'm proud to say that our fellows are taking this time to really lead this virtual exhibition. They've really tried to be more a part of the planning, the organizing, suggesting ideas, and really trying to make this grandiose for people just to join us next week. So with that, I'm just proud to say, you know, we've had this fellowship. It was a dream. It started off as a dream, being able to plan it, being able to write for it, the grant writing, the organizing. And then again, after hitting some hiccups, you know, that also inspired our fellows to really look at solutions and how we can execute the last bit of our grant funding. So I really hold it all to them at this point. They've re-inspired me with this endeavor. So with that, just wanted to hand it back and say thank you all again for letting us do our part here in the Shiprock, New Mexico area, where our Navajo Nation, you know, resides, and we hope can thrive in the arts in that way.
Thank you, Shana, for sharing that. It's really cool and incredible to see like the number of places we have up in New Mexico, and just the varying level of projects. We're looking at creative writing and painting and just so many things, and all around the business and up and down and fashion. It's really cool to watch, and it's been really exciting. Next up, we have City of Gallup. Tammy.
Let me unmute here. So we have a shared award with UNM Gallup. So we've split the time, and I'm going to try really hard, but getting something out in 1 minute and 25 seconds is very difficult. My colleague Robin is the other Tammy Moe on the screen there. Robin actually built the presentation and I did the wordsmithing. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to try to share my screen. Can you see that?
Not yet.
Let's see here. That's why I told Robin I'm nervous that this wasn't going to work. Okay, here we go. All right, now you can see it, I hope.
Perfect.
Excellent. So my name is Tammy Moe. I oversee the City of Gallup's community services for education, cultural, and the arts. I am the director of the Octavia Felon Public Library, the historic El Moro Theater, and the city's museums. Today, I'm here to present our public library's Makerspace Expansion Project, a critical initiative that began in 2019. Being selected for a Creative Industries Grant Award elevates this initiative to the next level, creating a purpose-built space that unlocks human potential. However, makerspace is really the wrong designation. A space becomes a place when it rises above mere utility. Places have social and personal significance that give them meaning. We are drawn in and emotionally invested by what we can do there and how it makes us feel. So instead, we should be calling it the Maker's Place. a place where you belong, where you can imagine, believe, create, grow, invent, connect, and be immersed in possibilities. We have successfully forged a link between education, business, and government. The infusion of money from the state's investment in creative industries catalyzes the realization of placemaking. This project will influence how people think and feel about learning and knowledge in themselves, while providing a place where science, culture, art, and technology intersect. Our project is unique within this panel because our funding is for design and construction rather than programming. The public library already offers over 500 programs annually, and we have a full-time makerspace educator on staff, which is Robin Lassalou, a talented Zuni artist, designer, and fabricator. Our challenge is to expand the borrowed space we currently operate within. We are laser focused on creating a safe, accessible facility with professional oversight, equipment, and instruction for workers, entrepreneurs, and artists who otherwise would not have the access or capital to afford this infrastructure. The bigger objective on the horizon is to build, at the end, which you saw, a new regional library and provide a permanent home for our Maker's Place. Our message is yes, you can do it. So stay tuned for the completion of this project in the fall.
Awesome. Thank you. Were you going to split time with our other Tammy Mo out in the hiding in the screen?
Well, actually, it's with UNM. It's Donna, and she's on here. And I don't know if you want to wait because you're doing it alphabetically, or if you want to have Donna go next, because we split that award. So,
Okay. If the award is split, Donna, if you want to go now,
Sure.
that's fine.
Hi, Shani. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? I never know where looking for.
which part of the screen. I'd first like to thank Tammy Mo for bringing this to us. I am Dana Aldis. I am a studio arts lecturer at the University of New Mexico Gallup campus. And I briefly wanted to go over what we did with the funds that we shared with the city of Gallup. And we'd first like to thank the Creative Industries Grant for providing us this wonderful opportunity. So UNM Gallup used the funding provided by the Creative Industries Grant to host a Business of Art boot camp on April 19th and 20th that would benefit not only the local creative community, but also our students. Reaching out to the community, we had over 120 advanced registrations with about 60 attendees on both days of the boot camp. The boot camp consisted of 4 artist-led workshops and 2 artist panel discussions. Our attendees learned and connected with other artists and had their art business questions answered, leaving with tools and resources to help further their careers. We had the privilege of hosting some well-known artists during this event. Award-winning artist and illustrator Beverly Blacksheep and jeweler metalsmith Pat Pruitt from Albuquerque provided insight during a couple panel discussions. Performance artist and fiber artist Eric Paul Riege, a UNM Gallup alumni, talked about the transition from student to professional artist. Rose Eason, the executive director of Gallup Arts, was instrumental in moderating one of the 2 panels. And also our very own UNM Gallup alumni, Kaylee Begay, provided photography tips. And all of this was designed to reach a local community to make sure that everyone could have access to the components to help build their artistic business in the McKinley County region. So thanks again for hosting us.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Man, I had something to say and it just left my brain, and I won't take up too much time with everyone. So next on my list is City of Las Cruces, and I have Cece and Carol. And then just, yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
I'm going to share my screen, and I hope I can do this correctly.
So while she's doing that, I'm going to give a quick overview of our grant, and then Ceci's going to talk about some of the amazing things we were able to accomplish with this funding. My name is Carol Bray. I'm the director of the Quality of Life Department for the City of Las Cruces, and we oversee the libraries, museums, senior programs, and public art. And Ceci Vasconcelos is our a wonderful coordinator of public art. We had been talking about how we could support small businesses in our community, how we could do more, particularly for artists, because we knew so many artists who didn't know how to file their taxes or incorporate or, you know, make their businesses profitable. And we partnered with the city's economic development department in order to apply for this grant and make this project happen. So I'll just give you a quick overview of the kinds of things we did, and then I'll turn it over to Ceci. Basically, first of all, I want to say we were very excited to receive the grant funding, and I want to thank the Creative Industries Division for just making that happen. And we really wanted to advance creative industries in Las Cruces, support our entrepreneurs who are already out there, and provide resources that they could use to build their own businesses. The Economic Development Department partnered with partnered with Small Business Development Center, the Small Business Development Center here in town, to offer basic workshops. They had already planned to do that. And so these were basic workshops for any small business owner. We were able to, our public library system was able to renovate, equip, and open our basically unused makerspace area. And in fact, they expanded it. So that was very exciting because it had just been kind of sitting there with not much happening. So we were able to get that moving. They offered STEAM classes and activities for all ages, workshops, partly in conjunction with an organization called Cruces Creatives, a local organization, kind of a local makerspace. And also they created a library of things that could be checked out. We received a whole collection of cake pans. We had sewing machines. We had all kinds of other items that people can just check out from the libraries and use to create a prototype or come up with a business idea. And I'm going to just mention our Ask Alice initiative, which was a lot of fun. And Ceci's going to talk more about that. This is something the libraries kind of came up with. And at first I didn't quite understand where they were going, but it went and it was so popular. Alice stands for Artists Plus Libraries Innovative Collaborative Entrepreneurship. And of course, you know, it was kind of a play on Go Ask Alice, but we just decided we were going to make Alice sort of this icon. So now I'll turn things over to Ceci to talk about some of the other things we accomplished.
Okay, thanks, Carol. And I'm going to show you an example of ads that we were running on social media. Oh no, could you hear the audio on that?
We couldn't, but what I'm going to do is we'll pull the link and we'll also pull the information for all the projects. And we'll make sure that we pull it with the audio and we'll share it for folks. Just short on time.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed watching the graphics anyway. And that was created by a co-op that is working in our communications department. And we really tried to use local artists and also use the in-house talent that we have, because that gave them a real world experience. These photos here show some of the workshops that we had and some of the social media posts that we had for our workshops. The workshops were, we brought in local artists to present, and they were about setting up online businesses and intellectual property rights, financial guidance for artists, as well as public art, and other topics such as taxes and things that, you know, people just need more resources and more information about. And the library offered classes in drawing, sculpture, crafts, and other creative skills. And besides having what Carol already talked about a little bit, is the library of things. And like she said, they were able to establish their makerspace and buy equipment like a glow forge that is really gonna, people are really excited about. So our co-op in public art actually designed a lot of our swag, And we branded our project so that hopefully people will remember this. And it was just, it really helped to create that awareness. And I think, you know, when you take something away from your workshop that other people see and want to have, it kind of opens that door to discuss the project even more. So these were some of the items that we created.
Awesome. Thank you, Ceci and Carol, for sharing about what's been going on in Las Cruces. Really appreciate it. Let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, next I have Magdalena with Catherine de Maria, and I'll turn it over to Catherine. And I have your stuff, so let me know if you want me to share for you or if you.
Oh, if you could, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Hi, my name is Catherine De Maria, and I'm Director of Warehouse 110 and Coordinator of Art Magdalena Collaborative, which is the entity that actually put the grant together and applied an application. First, I wanted to, oh, great, okay. That's one of them. The other one will actually show all of the different venues. Right. Anyway, so first I wanted to express my gratitude for selecting our rural community of under 700 residents to receive this grant. Thank you so much for believing in us. By the end of this month, we'll have successfully launched 4 community art events and provided exhibition opportunities to over 80 artists and artisans. We've had art openings, artist talks, music events, multi-day art making workshops for adults and children, 9 rotating public art installations. We've launched the Art Magdalena website as a central location to promote community art events, galleries, individual artists, and creative support businesses. We've been able to increase art sales for multiple galleries and artists, individual artists, employed musicians, web designers, curators, exhibition installers, event coordinators, youth from our local high school, photographers, caterers, sign makers, and filled our local motel rooms. Our events have drawn visitors from around the state and beyond who have spent multiple days here. The thing that we're most proud of is the number of artists and venues that were able to receive direct funding for new and ongoing project. We reached out to just about everybody in our community, and we funded 19 different projects. And I'm very proud to say that they all exceeded our expectation. We were most surprised with the positive impact that we were able to get from our advertising dollars. And also just from the feeling, from how good it actually feels for artists to be supported financially and feel valued as in our contribution to the state. This funding has set a foundation for our creative community to continue its momentum. We've pre-purchased advertising through 2025. Our website will continue to promote our events. We'll continue to generate revenue through our hosting workshops, and our workshops were structured financially in a way to be sustainable beyond the actual funding that we received. Multiple businesses actually received money to purchase specific types of equipment. And one incident in particular is Morningstar Navajo Jewelry, who is currently training a generation of Navajo jewelers right now through workshops and community outreach. Hiring event coordinators and going on and continuing advertising and work and youth workshops and public art installations obviously will require additional funding in the future, but we're really thrilled for what we have and very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Did you want me to share the video? I've got that up as well.
Video? Okay, I'm not sure I sent you one, but that'll be a surprise.
Yeah, wrong person. That's for New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have that. Okay.
What we could share actually is that you could see a lot of what we've done on artmagdalenanm.com. So, thank you.
Thank you. And what we'll do is we will get contact information and links to kind of all the advertising and videos and projects that you've heard about today. And we'll send that out probably after Creative Industries Week is done. So we have time to collate all that information and get it to you all. So I'm not gonna make any promises, just give us like a week. And we'll get there. Next up, I have County of Mora. Jesus, are you with us?
I don't see Jesus, but I do see Ilka in the attendees. So I'm gonna promote Ilka to panelist here.
Come back to County of Mora then, and then I will kick it to New Mexico Tech, Rana, whose video I was prepped and ready for.
Oh, well, that's so cool because I'm a little nervous about sharing it. So, and you got the second round that we sent to you, the second, great. And thank you so much. We're, like everyone else, very thrilled to have received this funding. And I'm so impressed and blown away by how great all these projects are. And let me know if you have any problems sharing it, because I also could do it if you can't get it up and going.
Okay, this is the one that I have. I'm pretty sure I corrected it and pulled the right link. So let me
Okay. All right.
And real quick, let me just make sure I checked this box. Okay.
The New Mexico Tech Performing Arts Series utilized our Creative Industries Award to address the growing need for people skilled in live event production. We teamed up with New Mexico Tech's Communication, Liberal Arts, and Social Sciences and Continuing Ed departments and the Macy Center to create a beta training class called Live Entertainment Tech and Production, a 9-module course to develop a community workforce for theaters, festivals, concerts, films, and more. Students learn the nuts and bolts of producing events, lights, sound, set design, rigging, gallery exhibiting, live streaming, video documentation, and graphic design. In Macy Center, our professional theater with industry standard equipment and technology, taught by local, state, and national professionals. They then applied what they learned, gaining hands-on experience working PAS shows and other community events. Along with supporting our program, Central New Mexico's beacon in entertainment, we also used our award to fund arts groups and events like Socorro Community Theater's Fall Play As You Like It, NMT Class Department's The Addams Family Musical, Festival of the Cranes Annual Art Fair, our Summer Youth Residency with Missoula Children's Theater, the upcoming 4th of July celebration and Socorro Fest, along with local culinary artists, boosting their visibility with targeted marketing and higher profile artists, all in collaboration with the city, schools, and local stakeholders. We are both proud and surprised that we accomplished our goals of 1, training a skilled workforce, some of whom have already found jobs. 2, reaching 40+ college and high school students and community members. 3, developing relationships with stellar professionals in the field. And 4, collaborating with stakeholders to further creative industries in our area. We now see the possibility of evolving this into a more in-depth program to serve Central New Mexico's growing entertainment industry.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. And a huge thanks to Dana Chavez, who really put that whole video together and who is the director of the Performing Arts Series. And I'm the outgoing director and the community engagement manager. And Dana's amazing, and Gloria Gutierrez Anaya at Macy Center. And again, thank you so much. And thanks to all of you for all this great work. I'm just super impressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Rana. And we have, let me see, we've got 10 projects left and we've got just under 15 minutes. So if folks can maybe potentially cut what they're talking about a little short. And I hate to do that, but what we'll do is when we do the follow-up with everyone, we'll make sure that we pull that information and get it to everybody. And again, it's just really exciting. I think, you know, New Mexico has so much going on from all 4 corners and all the way through. So it's just really cool to see all of these projects. Mike, were you able to pull Ilka in?
Yeah, Ilka is here. Hi, Ilka.
Hi, everybody. Oh, it's a pleasure to be here today and to be able to give thanks to the people who started this 3 years ago. I was unaware of this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, because this has been a process that has brought a lot of satisfaction professionally and personally. My name is Ilka Villarreal. I am the executive director of Mora Main Street here in northern New Mexico. And I'm gonna make it very short because of the time, but it's a huge difference this award has been able to give to this community. So Mora Main Street received this award through the County of Mora. So we were able to organize 8 Saturdays of craft markets for the first time ever here in Mora. And before the start of those markets, we were able to have pre workshops where the vendors had the opportunity to learn everything of how to bring their hobby into a business. So now we're able to see every Saturday, we have musicians, local bands. It's very festive. And the most important thing is that we've been able to acquire the canopies, the tables, the chairs. So we've overcome any barriers for artisans to come and sell their products. And these are all locals. So they're very excited and they're very positive. You should see the collaboration every Saturday. Everybody comes up and sets up and also helps with this bringing down. So, and all these, and we also were able to purchase a mobile stage. So from now on, when there are other activities here in Mora, people can just go to the county and reserve their date, and they will be able to have a stage where they can have bands, they can have local artists, they can have local speakers. This Saturday, we're part of this extraordinary week. So this Saturday, we're having an historic Mora open mic. So I'm inviting the community to come up and tell us, why are they here? What are their ancestors? Who came here first? So I'm very glad and very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ilka. I appreciate that. Thanks for jumping on to share with us what you've been up to in your community. Next up, Marvin, can you talk a little bit about Public Education Department's project?
Right, yes, I can. There, just had to move around some windows. Yeah, and just to reiterate what a lot of people have said, thank you all for this opportunity to be able to both speak about this and to have real options for students to navigate a real interest of theirs in art, and to speak more directly to what the PED has been doing. And I'll share my screen here so you can see. So we've been working, or just started actually, I should say, on Friday, the first of 3 summits that we have for youth regarding exploring the arts as a career, as a real passion. And during these, we are giving students the opportunity to directly be involved in the creation and the feel of what these days end up culminating into, which is an empowerment of who they are as people and as artists, and the perspective and vision that they want to share with the world. As part of these events, students are invited to join in a number of sessions in which they speak with other artists within the community and among other communities in New Mexico about their own experiences with the arts. In trying to reach a wide variety of students, we chose, and actually I think that was on the first page, my apologies. We chose a couple of different locations. The first being Albuquerque, as a very central place where a number of students are already involved in the arts and have a lot of exposure to it. And that was our very first event where students were very much engaged, and it was clear that they have real passion for the work that they're doing. And even more so with seeing somebody older than them that is also in the community, seeing real success in their, it feels really incorrect to say career, but I guess, again, in their passion and in their interests. We will be having our next event in Las Cruces in about 2 weeks. And then another one that following weekend in Raton. Again, the idea being that we're hitting some varied places in the state where people will have the opportunity, students will have the opportunity to join in. As part of the sessions that they will be taking part in, we've got these open sessions where they're able to really think more and reflect about who they are as artists. And again, where artists are able to share their own past experiences. You can see that they talk about all the different hats that an artist ends up wearing, how it is that they can view their perspective in the community. And I think as we started by talking about with makers spaces, talking about places and how that involves them as people and ends up creating their art into a more of a community practice. An opportunity to talk about themselves.
Sorry, to cut you short. I'm just going to try and keep this right on schedule just because they have another panel starting right at 4:30. Sounds like a really great opportunity for the youth, and I'll make sure to get this PDF from you, and we'll share it out from the Creative Industries listserv and in the full wrap up. Thank you. So sorry. I'm going to move to Carl Duncan with Pueblo of Poake.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Carl Duncan. I'm the Executive Director of the Pole Cultural Center, and I want to just share my screen real quick and talk about what we've been working on. We had some training for Indigenous entrepreneurs, and so we've been really doing what we can to provide training. And this led us to really find a core group of tribal members here, Table Pueblo community members, which are the surrounding 6 Table Pueblos here in this area, that all are really invested in this. And so we teamed up with New Mexico Community Capital as well, found them as a trainer, and they have been working with us to provide training opportunities. And this is going to continue on. That's the great thing is after this is over, we partnered with them and we're going to continue training entrepreneurs spring and fall semesters. And so we're really excited about that. We also opened the door for us to work with Google, and they work with Google in their Creative Suite, which is all free to artists and entrepreneurs to utilize, and they kind of use those as points of training. And also, if you haven't already, Google has a, I think, cultural and arts program on their website, and you can reach out to them, any community destination, and we're going to be partnering with Google as a featured destination, uploading featured artists, museum events, and all of that. So we really are, this is full circle, the whole creative economy that we have here in Milwaukee, in northern New Mexico, for Indigenous entrepreneurs. We're really working with that. And so we kind of just push them into our slew of trainings and teaching art and marketing it. So we really like this opportunity and really see the need statewide for this. So we really are happy to be working with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. Let's see, I have 10. All right, so we have about 5 or 6 projects left. We're going to keep it moving. I don't think, I think we'll end by like 4:35, maybe 4:40. So just wanted to say again, like, thank you everyone for sharing your projects. We'll make sure that we pull any of the materials that you included today, just to be showcasing what's happening around the state, everywhere around creative industries. This has just really been a remarkable year. And I know the creative startups team is moving to the next panel, but they've been absolutely instrumental in making sure that this came together. And it's just cool that we get to kick it off this way, talking about these projects. Next up, I have Pueblo of Santa Ana and Kevin. Let's see. Okay, while I wait for Kevin, I think I saw Kevin on earlier. City of Santa Fe, Joanna Nelson.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you, Shani and team. In Santa Fe, I think we're one of those, Shani, that you had mentioned. It's taken us a while, y'all. to get through our processes and our procurements. However, that can be a good thing. And we just closed our RFQ to bring on a contractor to help us with our project. We're really excited about it. Moving a little bit slowly, but we're gonna hit the ground running. Really what we're trying to do is set the foundation for the development and support of the creative industries. What does that mean? A lot of our organizations and entrepreneurs don't necessarily know about each other. So how can we facilitate those connections and make sure our entrepreneurs are connecting with the resources and the many groups that we're lucky to have up here in northern New Mexico? And the contractor will be responsible for running a hub program, hosting convenings, creating collateral and navigation material for resources. We also are I'm really excited about this. We're going to create a pipeline of projects and gaps within the industry so we can do a better job prioritizing those and all getting behind them to make sure they have the funding and the needs, meeting their needs. We also we're going to map our creative assets, which we get a lot of requests of, hey, I need a performance space with a piano, or I need a maker space, or I need this type of tool to help me be successful. So we're going to map our creative assets so that's ready to go. And we're going to have some really fun community events engaging our artists, musicians, artists, to get community in front of us and with us so they can be aware of all the stuff we've got going on. Thank you so much. We're thrilled. Go EDD, go New Mexico. Great cohort.
Yay, thank you, Joanna.
Thank you.
Let's see. I wasn't able to see if Kevin is on the list, so I'm gonna move down to Bart with Silver City and the museum project. And then make sure you're unmuted.
There we go. Hey, gang, it's great to be among this fantastic group of people. And just a quick thank you to all those legislatures who were wise enough to support the arts, and for Shani and Mike and the rest of the CID staff to support projects like this. So here in Silver City, our project was designed to do two things. It was to kind of bring together the various pieces of our theater community and bring awareness to the work they do and the work the museum wants to do. So with the generous support of CID, we're going to involve some creative media artists to beef up an exhibit we have here, we call it permanent exhibit about the region. One, two, create a living history program at the Silver City Museum and strengthen the local theater community by bringing them together. We have 3 different theater groups in tiny Silver City, and they all do great work, but they all do separate work. So there's a lot of overlap and redundant use of resources, whether it's script writers or actors or costumes or whatever. So by creating this living history program at the Silver City Museum, we've literally created a Silver City Theater Alliance where we're all pooling our resources. And with CID funds, we're creating 4 different workshops to boost the strength and the resilience of our local theater groups. 4 workshops in using local history and theater, in using multimedia and theater performances, in promoting the arts, because most of these theater groups are all nonprofit and volunteer and don't have the resources or the wherewithal to get the word out. And the 4th is in the connection between set design and museum exhibit design. So we've already got the 3 theater groups aligned into this alliance. They've all signed memorandum of agreements to work together and to share resources. We've already tested some of our skits, some of our programs at 4 different community events to kind of overwhelming support, overwhelming response. So part of this will be to get the word out into our larger market, which includes Tucson, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and El Paso, Las Cruces. Hopefully driving people to become more aware and visit Silver City.
Awesome. Thank you, Bart, for sharing. And again, I think that'll be a big role for the Creative Industries Division once it's fully established with staffing, is helping get the word out for what you all are doing in your communities as well. And if you have events and stuff going on, again, just send those to me or to the Creative Startups team, and we're going to make sure that we get that out as best we can, given we're a department without, or the division doesn't have staff directly yet. So we're doing our best to share that. And I think that that's what Creative Industries is about uplifting the economy and the infrastructure that we have for artists and creatives, and showcasing our artists and creatives across the board to the world and across the US. I think, New Mexico is really poised for some amazing growth, and we just have so many amazing things going on that it's like, I want us to stay this best kept secret, but also the world needs to know. So we're figuring out how to manage that line, right? So next up, I have County of Taos, Jessica Stern, and I'll let Jessica talk about her project, or Taos County's project.
Thanks, Shani. I appreciate it. And thanks everybody for sharing your work, and to the Creative Industries Division for this funding. Our project was a 2-pronged approach to begin supporting the creative industries in Taos County. The first piece of our grant project was to work with the Taos Center for the Arts, the TCA, to support their inter-arts workforce development program, which was actually in its kind of pilot phase by the time this grant came on board. And that project provides work-based learning opportunities for young people, mainly in high school, for them to gain professional experience in cultural organizations. So they come into the TCA, they get placed in different aspects of digital production, design, administration, concessions/retail. And in turn, it also provides much needed capacity for the organizations. So once they get trained up at the TCA, they actually get partnered with other organizations throughout the county. The second piece of our grant project was to offer 3 creative entrepreneur or artist business development workshops through the Mid-America Arts Alliance Artist Ink Express program. And we did those in 3 different locations across the county. I'm most proud of the level of participation, both on the youth internship side, and that's really a credit to the strength of the TCA and their staff in the program. They had 23 students participate. We budgeted for 7. And we had 59 individual artists and artist businesses participate in the workshop, and they came from all corners of the county. And some of those folks are already creating their own networking circles now. And I'm also really proud that we offered what we called equitable access stipends for the workshops, and that covered transportation and child and elder care and other basic needs so that people could take the workshops, because they were 10 hours over 2 days of a weekend. I'm most surprised by the interest. I think it really shows the real need. We sold out the Taos workshop within the first week of marketing it. And in terms of carrying into the future with this work, I think it really has created momentum. We have people interested in networking and building across the community, building that community itself. We now know how much need there is for artist training and artist business development training, and have concrete information about how powerful arts-based professional opportunities are for young people. I can make the case now within local government for future support. And so we're working within the county here to identify resources that we can invest in the Inner Arts program, which is expanding across school districts in the county. It's truly changing those young people's lives and giving them a pathway for careers in the arts. And then we're also working with Mid-America to bring them back, because we want more people to take their workshops, and are trying to figure out how we can offer one of their 8-week intensive programs instead of just the short weekend express program. And then as the economic development director here in Taos County, it's giving me evidence and more fodder for why our local government should view the creative economy as a key pillar in our economic ecosystem. So I'm going to drop in just my contact and then the website just to show you all what the Artist Ink Express workshops looked like. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. And we are unable to start the next. Okay, so it's okay. We've got one more project left in our alphabetical situation, and that's going to be the University of New Mexico Art Museum. Devin, are you on with us?
Hi, yes, I am here. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you to the Creative Industries Division for their support. I will keep this pretty quick. Our project was focused on professionalizing our student employee program at the Art Museum. So we invested in resources, experiences, and opportunities necessary to shape the emerging museum leaders of New Mexico. This included conferences, workshops, mentorship, and purchasing supplies, equipment, resources. What I'm most proud of, though, was a public program we hosted in late April titled Exploring Pathways in Museum Careers, a symposium for professional development. So our students were very involved in developing this program. They came up with a list of 20 speakers that we brought to the University of New Mexico Art Museum. And we had a full day of these speakers sharing about their experiences working in museums, their journey into their careers, things like that. We had over 50 attendees, which included not just UNM students, but students from other universities around the state. We had people coming from Las Cruces, from Roswell, from Santa Fe. So there was a really good statewide draw. And in fact, most of our speakers were actually from Santa Fe. I was really surprised by how open our speakers were with talking to students about their careers. They were very willing to talk about challenges, willing to share what types of experiences they've had, the types of skills needed to get into their careers. And it just made it really clear that there's a need to facilitate this type of mentorship between university students and museum professionals. So moving forward, we are hoping to host this specific project again. We want to make it an annual program. And this really opened the door to future partnerships with other universities, academic museums, and museums that aren't associated with universities. So our students have been really grateful for these opportunities. They've learned a lot about working in museums as well as other creative roles. They've really gained a lot of skills. And we received a lot of positive feedback, including that our students are now more interested in working in careers in museums. That's probably enough for now. So thank you all again.
Thank you, Devin, for sharing. That is all we've got for you right now in this hour. I want to say thank you again to Representative Sapansky, Senator Steinborn, Representative Johnson, and Representative Lujan, who were the sponsors for this bill. Speaker Sapansky, sorry. And we're going to move over to our next panel, which is an intergovernmental conversation around creative industries and collaboration. And we will make sure to send out everyone's contact info, et cetera, in the follow-up for Creative Industries Week. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for coming together to share about these projects. I'm just so happy for New Mexico. So thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shani. And then also a quick shout out to Irene and all the other original advocates who wrote and researched and supported HB 8 and got it passed and did, as Irene said, oh, wow, a lot of clapping. And I also want to, yeah, did an amazing amount of work, started 3 years ago. So this is the culmination of a lot of people's real passion and hard work. And it's amazing to see what y'all have been doing. And I say that as an unaffiliated contractor who isn't even required to say it, but it is really cool. And also a shout out to some of the live events happening this week. There's an arts crawl in Gallup on Saturday as well. There's Doña Ana County Creativity Fest, which is going to be a kickoff event. We got the more on Main Street with the cool open mic that Ilka talked about. And yeah, those are all the ones off the top of my head. If anyone wants to quickly shout out any other events happening this week before I close us off here, I encourage everyone to follow us to the intragovernmental panel, and we are, yeah, well, we're going to head over there now.